Hey guys, welcome to On The Board Podcast and New Vision podcast. My name is Francis Mokole, your host for today, and I'm excited to bring to you guys an interesting episode again. Now, if kanchiteke mu Uganda kano kalala munyo, this one is a little bit different because it's for the people that understand hip hop and who were there when hip hop, was when hip hop was, how should I say, when hip hop was making a mark in Uganda at the time, when the GNL Zambas were the talk of the town, when the Kekos were the talk of the town, that time there was a reckoning force behind those two hip hop artists in Uganda. And I'm honored to tell you guys that today on this podcast I'm with that gentleman. His name is Shadrack Kuteesa. Shadrack Kuteesa, in my opinion, is one guy that brought a very interesting perspective in artist management, especially for hip hop, because being that hip hop in Uganda at the time was not so accepted, and then he brought GNL Zamba and he got accepted like any other genres. So with me today, he's going to be celebrating 20 years very soon. Yes, in the music industry and management. And why is on this podcast today is for him to share with us his journey, his struggles, his wins, his losses, and his plans going forward. Shadrack, welcome to On The Board Podcast.
Hello, Francis. How are you? I'm happy to be here.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. How are you doing? You good?
I'm good, but let me even start on a high note. During that, there's that song. Was it Koi Koi?
Yeah, Koi Koi.
When I watched the video, Koi Koi, at the time, you appeared in the you were a cameo in the video, and it was very short.
Yeah,
I was like, and I had a friend of mine called Emma. Emma knew so much about hip hop at the time, unlike myself, and it's like, your manager was GNL. Okay. So welcome. It's a pleasure having you. I never imagined at one point in life I'll be interviewing you.
I'm glad to be here, man.
It's just
yes.
It's a small world.
I know it is.
So, Shadrack, tell us exactly what has your music journey been like? First introduce yourself. Introduce yourself in detail.
My name's Shadrack Kuteesa, formerly of Platinum Entertainment, but now of Vine Entertainment.
Vine?
The constant thing there is entertainment. From Platinum to Vine. So maybe as we share, we can get to know how do we get from Platinum then to Vine. Yeah. But for me, I think my music, I've been passionate about music for a long time. Even when I was a child, it's something I loved, even my dad knew, that I was so much into music.
Okay.
I expressed that in school, through dancing, because again, I love the music and then, but also as good at dancing. Sometimes I love the music and then
you're not good at dancing.
But at least luckily,
so
the rhythm, the best I could get close to Kuyimba was dancing, to express my love for music, dancing. Even in high school, really, we had a clique and really were one of the best dancers in the school. Actually. But then
where was that?
That's Chibuli school, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but fast forward, getting it. So, but I was like, what can I do? I love music. I can sing. At that time, even I don't know whether dancing was big as today, because now we have just dance crews.
Yeah, dancing is so big today.
I was like, what can I do? What can I do? What can I contribute? I love music and everything. But then, of course, at that time, I was relating to a lot of, people like Simmons, whether they were doing Run-DMC and LL Cool J. Then, of course, I had Suge Knight, with Death Row Records, and realized, okay,
so a lot of your influence was abroad, yes?
Of course, definitely, because at that time people could look at who are doing something successful in hip hop. It was the US, and again, US made hip hop,
yes,
popular.
Definitely.
So if you want to benchmark, guys what benchmark with would be guys from the US, and then definitely somebody like, okay, I don't have to be a rapper, I don't have to be a producer, I couldn't produce, but again, I can be a Russell Simmons maybe, I can be a Suge Knight, The thing is, I think hip hop, you have the artist, you have the talent, but now you lack the management, and the promotion and the marketing.
So that means at the time, was that while you were still at school?
No. That's why now. No, that's way back. Now I've left school. I've left school. Now we're talking the year. Now left school. We're talking the year now 2004. Actually, the interest came from 2004. as even as share that, okay, my work starts from 2005 majorly, but 2004 even I worked with some guy called WMC. He was a rapper. I tried to work with him, you know. Tried to work with some group, actually, even though Jamal, I tried to work with Jamal. Omuyimbi, yes, way back, Jamal. This is a group called LSST, you know.
So you manage him, or?
Yeah. No, we tried to, I did not manage. Okay, I tried to manage them. We tried to put together a group, but just want to see, let's try out things. So I was saying that, okay, so what I figured that really, we have the artists, you know, great talent. We have the producers, you know. I remember Sabiti, MMC was one of the best producers, you know, hip hop at that time. We had the producers, you know, and again, we were doing great stuff, you know. So we were like, okay, but now what was lacking definitely was maybe now the label kind of setting, the management. What now I figured that I can do what Russ was doing for
Simmons,
for Run-DMC. I could do what Suge Knight was doing for, you know, for Snoop and stuff, like for Death Row. So I said, okay, let me do that. You know, let me come and fill in that gap. You know, I can be able to contribute to music, still do what I love, but then also use what is missing in the industry, and that was management and promotion. So I started in 2004, and I worked with a guy called WMC. We tried a bit of recording. We did some other, we had a group called XL, which were even Jamal was part of it. You know, it did not break through, but I had a song which played on Sanyu. You know, but those were like when you start testing waters.
Yeah.
But majorly, the major move was in 2005.
So you didn't strike any note with Jamal, despite his talent.
Yeah, we did not. Apparently, we did not. You know, we did not. But they had some good music. Of course, they're all great vocalists. There's another guy called Sami Katu was part of it. Another guy was from Rwanda. You know, was part of the group. There are three guys, and of course, they had great vocals. So there are three XL. That's why there was three. You know, but we did not really. You had a song which played on Sanyu, but it did not break through as Jamal as yet. We did not. So for me, my first, I think, a major thing in the industry. Was in 2005, major impact in the industry.
Major impact, okay.
Yeah. And that's when, first of all, realized, okay, now, if you want to promote hip-hop in Uganda, what's the problem? And I think it's very important every time we want to do something, first ask, okay, what's not going wrong? Why is it not working? Because the talent was there. The MCs were amazing, you know. But somehow I think it wasn't cutting across to the mainstream, you know. And I think now when we said, okay, let's first answer the question was, why is hip-hop not being accepted to the larger masses? And of course, what we figured out was like, okay, one, they want to be like American rappers.
At the time.
Yeah. A lot of them are doing English, like hardcore English, you know. Although we had those ones doing the Batagada Ground, doing Lugan and what, I remember, you know, the Batagada Ground were doing Lugan and stuff like that. But most of them were doing music in English. The lyrics content was more like American, appealing to the left side of American, you know, talking about the, you know, the gangster stuff and all that, and the guns, then like the women, you know. So I feel like the message was not connecting with the average Ugandan. So I said, maybe first and foremost, let's do a project and then record music. And then that music, we're very intentional about the music being positive. Because the music, most of the people say, hip hop is kind of vulgar. It's not, you know, it's women and stuff like that.
Party life.
So what we did, like, okay, we said let's do a project called Hip Hop Canvas. Through the project, we're gonna do auditions. First of all, identify talent, guys who can record, and this was done with at no end with you know, within the MD, you know, and you know Halima Studio and
no, I don't know.
I you know Halima Namakula, right?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, so the son. MD, together they run a studio called No End Entertainment.
Up to date.
It's there, but I mean, they produced some of the biggest songs then with Henry Chua, some of the biggest artists. Toolman, Chibalama were part of that. Anyway, I don't know if you know those guys, but I mean,
Toolman.
No End did an amazing. At that time, it was the studio. It was the big one. It was actually it was the thing. It was No End Entertainment. Yeah. So we figured that we can do the project from there. We can collaborate with them, with MD, and record that project from there, Hip Hop Canvas. So we call the album Music and Message, and the idea was, whatever you have to sing and write, it has to be a message people can relate with, you know. So we say, let's talk about our issues as Africans. As Uganda, we have issues of, you know, we have HIV issues, we have poverty, you know, poor education, you know, unemployment. Let's try to, you know, put out these issues through music. You know, because again, even hip hop, where it came from, it was a positive. It was addressing those issues in society.
Slavery at the time.
You know, addressing those issues in society. So that kind of way, I mean, we did an audition, you know, First time I'm meeting guys like GNL who came for that. Actually, GNL did not come to audition; he came to film. But ended up auditioning also. And then,
wait a minute.
Yes.
Where did I come in?
Quarter content. Quarter content way back. Yeah, content creator. So
Okay.
but then we audition and then we made the album. You know how people like Sylvester and Abrams, Lyrical G made the album, MSB, Young Nick, Is It Takes, Lady Slike, Lady Drake, some good rappers, Saint CA. So as a result, we recorded an album, 12-track album.
So after the auditions, you picked up the
Those
best.
Yeah.
How many were they?
They're like around 10 of them.
10 of them.
Yeah.
GNL inclusive.
Very inclusive, yeah.
So how was GNL's performance?
At that time, actually, he had the words and everything, but I think now the craft was still. He hadn't really the rapping. He was rapping so like fast. I had no like control or like breaks at that time. Even when you listen to the song where I was on, like Mother Africa, you can tell that. But definitely, I think now out of practice and what he really he worked on his craft and became one of the best guys. Yeah. So at that time,
was there? Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Like, how did he end up from a cameraman to audition?
He just said, you just walk an audition to a second rap. Let me go and audition. He goes behind the booth and then throws lines and then he said the most funniest lines and most creative lines. Like, hey, why don't you record? Be part of this project, you know?
Do you remember any line?
I can't, not necessarily, but maybe some lines from Mother Africa. I can't remember now, really. But
Fair
definitely,
enough.
So he had that. So I recorded the album, and then we had a single of the album called Mother Africa.
Okay.
That's a single. It was a 12-track album, but we picked one single to be the single for the album, and called Mother Africa. So and that's what we released, you know, and became really well accepted. Did a very good video for it, you know. At that time there was MTV. You could play on MTV, you know.
Was it the first song to get airplay on MTV at the time?
Yeah, somehow. But also I know the likes of Benon. I have to remember the year. I know the likes of Benon. I know at what time. I think it was. But I know the likes of Benon and Vampino had done some songs. I have to remember which year it was. Molete Jendi Mwe, you know, my lady. So they also had played the time I was playing, you know.
So the first.
But then what happened is so we did so it played, you know, it played on MTV base. But then again that year we had the Palm Awards. They were happening that time was the season of Palm Awards. You know, I don't know if you remember Palm Awards.
I do.
So it won the hip hop single, you know, of you know, Palm Awards, and that was encouraging for me. It's like, okay, I think this is working. But again, you know, radios like CBS played, you know, they started playing. Some few radios started playing that song, you know. It was produced by Chua. The sound was African, you know. It was relatable. It wasn't like really that like the Western sound. The lyrical content was very, very, you know, talking about issues of HIV and stuff, so people could relate. There was Uganda in there. Quite a lot of, you know, Zetex was doing Uganda. You know, Junior was doing Uganda. A couple of guys were doing Uganda. So Lady Slake was doing Uganda. So it was, even there was Emma Katia was doing now Swahili and French.
So it was relatable.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now what happened? So that year again. So that then we said, okay, let me do it again. 2006, let's do another hip hop canvas. And then that one is, okay, let's go to Phenon, you know. So I talked to Steve and we worked with Steve Jean to produce that album. And
Hip Hop Canvas?
Hip Hop Canvas 2006.
So it was Hip Hop Canvas was an entire album?
Yeah, the project is Hip Hop Canvas. The project was Hip Hop Canvas. But then we had different themes. So, but the theme was musical message when we did that at no end. And then next year, 2006, we had to go to do the project with Steve Jean at Phenon. And but now, again, we did the same process of auditioning. So we realized that people who featured in 2005 were really different from those who featured in 2006. You understand? You know, there are guys like Lumix, RIP, he passed, you know, and many other people. Maybe Lyrical G was consistent because at that time Lyrical G was the guy who was respected as a hip hop artist. So realized for him was featuring on all the projects. Yeah.
So why did you have to re-audition at the time instead of
because, you know, the idea was to grow a pool of hip hop artists. You understand? You don't you just to grow a pool. So that's just to expose more talent.
Okay.
So we did another in 2006. You know. But then again, so 2007, we're like, okay, now what do you do next? You know, we've done this. We had the album 2006, brand new. They did very good. It was a good song which did very well. Yeah.
So that was part of the song Brand New. That was part of the Hip Hop Canvas album, which was season 2.
Season 2, exactly, perfect. Yeah.
How many songs were on that album?
12. I think 12 songs on each
12
album.
songs. So and how many made it to the mainstream?
You know, they're playing around. You know, because at that time there was even Hot 100, a radio which was playing strictly hip hop. So at least you are sure that Hot 100 would play you.
We'll pick some.
You know? Yeah. So, but then around that season, I was thinking that, okay, now whom can we learn from? what's happening. But I know like our neighbors now, like Kenya and Tanzania, hip hop was huge.
Bongo flavor
In Tanzania was
And then
huge. You know, Mwana FA, yes, you know, AY, you know, Professor J, they were big. Now you have Genge, you know, the likes of, you know, Juakali, it was big, you know, and these were the biggest artists. In the
was
region.
Prezzo a hip hop artist?
Prezzo was hip hop artist.
Okay.
Yeah, he was hip hop artist from Kenya. He was hip hop artist, yeah. Very loaded,
So,
you know.
yeah,
Very loaded, yeah.
I don't think so, but
Yeah, it was loaded, man. It was rich. I think it's the money that made him to become popular. It wasn't really that good.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
didn't really, you know.
Yeah, so
I think he also understood showbiz.
There's a female artist called Rapi. She was from Tanzania, also a very good rapper. So he said, okay, now in 2007, let me do differently. Let me try to get these guys be part of the project. So
the Tanzanian.
yes. So now
Ooh.
the one for 2007 was hip hop canvas Utake. Utake was you studying for Uganda, TA Tanzania, and KE Kenya, because I got that from a hip hop night. I'm sorry, hip hop. I got that from a night from Stakeout called Utake Night, where they play Kenyan, Ugandan, Tanzanian music. Yeah? So I call it hip hop canvas Utake. So now I featured Babaluku.
Yeah,
you know, I featured Juakali, I featured AY. It was massive, and then we did a song there called Utake Anthem. I think that was our biggest breakthrough within the region.
The Utake Anthem.
Yeah.
So it broke the boundaries.
Did a great video. I remember there was Channel 5. There's a channel in Tanzania. Yeah, East Africa. Yeah.
East African TV. It was Channel 5.
Yes. It was big. Played there big. You know, so imagine Kenya is big.
Uganda
is big.
That was a smart move.
Yeah.
Because
but then
you
again,
picked from the best.
Then again, we're just trying to see, you know, and realize for them, of course, they're putting their skill, their content, their delivery. They really connect with their with our audiences, you know. And again, because I think also most all of them that like the main language is Kiswahili, so everyone could relate with their music. So now that 2007, so I was like, okay. After that, I was like, now what's next? I was like, maybe there's now need to get one person who can sell this genre to the Ugandans. Because again, the other guys were just doing a song featuring.
Yeah.
So it's so hard. You can have a song maybe doing good, but then you don't have a particular artist breaking through. So luckily at that time also, now GNL had really put in work. I think I'd fallen in love in this more and was really growing his craft.
Oh, so it was not yet mainstream, but
it wasn't,
behind the scenes.
It wasn't. But then I just recorded a song called Soda Gingerly.
Ah, man.
Yeah? And then he calls me up, and then we were in the car, and then I remember that time I had a Glanza and had a big speaker, you know, in the boot, a subwoofer. So we played Soda Gingerly. I was like, what?
You know.
I said, this is it.
Actually, that song was I don't know, was a game changer.
It was a game changer. So we bumped to it, and for me at the time, so he recorded the audio, and at that time he recorded the audio, he wasn't with me. But at least it's like when you have to have a demo, and you know, as an artist, and you bring to a record label. So I think he knew I was passionate about this, and he needed an extra hand, you know. So he comes to me, bumps, he's like, you know what, let's do this. So he became the first person I signed under Platinum Entertainment. And what we do, we showed, so now the first contribution as Platinum Entertainment, we showed the video for Soda. And actually, I'm in that video. You know, maybe when you go, you'll see me there.
See you there.
The first video I'm in, Soda Ginger. So became the first song it bumped, it played everywhere.
The wordplay was amazing.
The wordplay was amazing, but also the hook. People could, because Soda Gingerly was something from way back, and that's the thing now, something that people could connect with.
What was Gingerly?
Soda Gingerly, I think it was a soda again, but I remember way back they used to say Soda Gingerly, like from the older folks and stuff like that. That thing was there, but I think it was a brand of soda. Gingerly, yes. And me being creative and stuff like that, always knew how to connect with the people through maybe culture and stuff like that. So, and through storytelling.
And I feel like the video even made it more relatable. There was Malwa. There was that kind of...
and at that time, of course, you did with Dedak. And you Dedak at that time was... even at that time, the people were really good at everything. You know, in terms of production, MC was really good. In terms of videos, Dedak was the guy. Don, you know, I don't know what's up with him right now.
Who's Don?
Don, yeah, Dedak was the best music video company at that time. If you want to do a video, everyone, for even Peter Miles and the likes of Ben and Vamps, everyone, he was doing the videos for everyone.
Okay.
So he did the video and we had a great video, you know. And then so after that, definitely that gave us more like, you know, it motivated us to even...
It felt right.
Yeah, so I'd written some songs around, and then we just had to redo some songs. And then what we did is the next song, of course, we did Koi Koi. Oh man, Koi Koi now was something. And now the thing about Koi Koi is the beats are real like hardcore beats. You know, they're real hardcore hip hop beats.
produced Keko?
The name is skipping me, and now he works with Talent Africa. Oh my God! I'm seeing his face. I remember. I tell you. Yeah.
Oh, you know what strikes me about the production way back in time?
Yeah.
It gives me the impression that the production that's being done today is extremely simplistic. I find the guys that used to produce way back in time extremely very authentic and talented. Like there's the way, the kick, like there's Olimbanga Utandika, let's say Koi. You could feel that anticipation, like the drums are being rallied up for a certain action.
True.
So reading you up to just have fun, like what is this guy going to say?
Exactly.
Now
so the thing is, they beat very, very, very hip hop beat, but then the content very relatable. Because as I say, the way Koi, everyone, if you grew up with your grandma around the fireplace, and you tell a story or something.
And the video was
yes.
Video.
Yeah, that was Dedak again. I remember that was Dedak again. Yeah,
the creativity. In that video.
So it was big. It was big. It was big. So now really, again, Simba, everyone was playing. So GNL became now the talk of town as a hip hop artist. So it became the first major. Like we had other artists like even because Navi was there doing stuff.
Yeah,
but again,
it was
breaking
clear cut.
Through, like even on conservative radios that play.
Actually, I feel like the coming of GNL and with that new approach of relatability, Uganda, rhyme and rhythm, it created a debate of who was better at the time. We began thinking, okay, Navio GNL, for the first time.
I know, that happened. I know, but then they go do a song together, Salooni and other songs, but that was after now, really
I almost got to think they have beef.
So, I think it was, somehow, of course, they didn't really have beef, but I think there was it was a hip hop thing again, it was a hip hop thing again. Of course, when you're there, there's a bit of competitiveness, me, I can do this, but again, one is Uganda, one is English, Luga flow, which is better with what, understand, But again, I think it was healthy for the game at that time.
It was very healthy.
Because it brought the competition, which really made everyone work so hard, Yeah, but the good thing didn't get out of hand.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, so of course now we did then Ani Aliamanyi, Ani Aliamanyi was a big one. Story Aluka, but I think then the collaboration with Reddy and Weasel, because at that time Reddy and Weasel were their guys.
Which one?
And I'm in Mushamba. I'm the one you looking for. So now for me it was like this guy but he needs to still need to conquer more.
Yeah.
And of course, the thing is,
you are hungry.
Yeah, it's like, what, now the best collaborations. So we had to talk to Reddy and Weasel, and of course also now that time they knew Zamba, Zamba, So also they felt like, we need to really to do this song with this guy. And then that one now again, a good video. That video was by Buddy, I remember. Oh my God, Buddy also now but had come up. Yeah, I know it was Buddy Films who did that video. And then now that one also became,
that was big.
So. So running through, of course, other songs now. Of course, we did every story. Those ones we had to redo again. Now we went to Muswangali, worked with Ben.
Or like to redo the production.
Because as rappers, they normally get like demos
new
and write on them. But then again, you want to really produce it and make it sound good. So did Mwana wa Baba, Mwana wa Baba.
Omuwala mulungi nnyo nayanganye.
I know. So, but then I think what really just broke the airwaves was Chikankane.
No, for me it was Sesetulate.
Yeah. Because now with Sesetula now, what happened is now with Sesetula now, because also he had a dream of doing his own label, Baboon Forest. But now this was, I'm telling you, now Sesetula that's Baboon. So now because now that was after even Chikankane.
But one thing about Chikankane, you were so naive about graphics and editing, and you felt it was shot where.
I know. So that one became.
So how did it do for you?
That's okay, but I still feel a bit in my head. Benon did an amazing work with that one.
Benon that produced it?
Yes, Benon was producing. Yes.
Man.
I feel the beat.
The vibe was different. It was more commercial.
Actually, it was club now. Like you see when like in the club, the song like in the club, when you took hip hop in the club, kind of, So that was a song which like also really took hip hop in the club. You understand? Like in the club for 50 cents, it was more groovy, whatever. So the same way, that's what Chikankane did, because all of these songs, they were big, but again, you could even Keko was playing club, but now Chikankane was the song which really was a club, hip hop club song,
Man.
Yeah.
And also, actually, I want to big you up on how you branded GNL, the way you used to dress.
Yeah,
I mean,
that one was. It was a guy. He loves fashion. Even up to now, he does it. So that one, I give credit to him.
It was him, eh?
It was him.
He didn't have a stylist.
No.
Oh,
even as on a stylist, even up to now, he's still like dressing up. So,
and then he brought, there's this thing he used to do. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. And I'm telling them, brought us about Moon Forest thingy. Man, Anyalu later, of course, became a big thing because the one who saw that word of Anyalu later, and I think inspired many other artists to come through. Stuff
so
like
now
that.
For you at that time, I imagine that's the peak of Chikankane of your career.
Yeah, that's because Chikankane. Now, even me now, as a manager now, I'm getting recognition.
Exactly.
Everywhere people are really calling me names that people are looked up to. I know, like Ed of Good Enough was calling me Suge Knight. I think Ben was calling me. Some other person called me. I think it was V-Boy calling me Suge. Yeah, V-Boy was calling me Suge Knight. Then I think it was Eddie calling me Russell Simmons, and then Ben was calling me P Diddy. So I was like, I'm the guy.
Just no way to Chewalete, eh?
Yeah.
It made hip hop feel, even with the local language, it felt cool.
Felt cool, yeah.
It was, and it for me it gave me an impression. The guy behind GNL, man. Simu na Uganda.
I think that's the power of working together because everyone has their own, it was a good as an artist, and for me I think I had the managerial skill and strategy and creativity and then to push, so the combination was magic, So fast forward, then actually I remember, Keko was there by Sam Lamara.
Sam Lamara.
Yeah, he now works with Talent Africa, very good hardcore hip hop producers. There are a lot of songs for even Navi and stuff like that, and Myth.
Keko was mad.
So now, now 2008, of course, massive, and again, now the thing was concert.
Wait, so that concert. So
2009, of course, now at that time, the best way to do a concert was a promoter had to buy your concert.
At the time.
So imagine all concert time, the Afro sound was big, for lack of a better term, we call it Afrobeat, was big, everyone was buying the Chameleons and the Who, But again, no hip hop artist has ever, no promoter has ever bought a show for hip hop artists. And guess what? Balam decides to buy a show.
He bought it?
Well, yeah, for the Koi concert.
Yeah, you
so it becomes, you didn't just the number, but became the first hip hop show to be bought by a local promoter. So and then again at that time there's a lot of people being artists being signed to like retainers like on MTN. Remember, so the artist Blue 3 was a retainer, Mr. Semakora was a retainer, I think Chameleon on
the method was they would put you on a retainer.
MTN signed a lot. Actually MTN played a big role in pushing Uganda music. Some of the things that played a big role in pushing Uganda music was Palm Awards.
Okay.
Really elevated and give value to Uganda music, and then MTN because they signed artists something comes in.
Or signing the whole
retainer, retainer, and then you have to do all promotions. Now at that time, the guys they was so big on experiential like performances, and then again because they were new companies, so they're trying to have activations everywhere. So imagine campus alone, the activations in campus. So if you are in a retainer, you are performing all those shows. Yeah? Every MTN shows, they are doing other men shows. The Uganda is still happening. That was done by Simba, but again, it also sponsored by MTN. So it means you perform on there. So first of all, you have a retainer, some money comes up front. Then you are having all these gigs wherever MTN is, you are performing there. Then you have something coming in monthly. Yeah. So it was big. It was big. So but then again, so they could only sponsor artists who are under retainer. But again, they came and sponsored Koi concert, and GNL was not on retainer. So that's another thing that happened. That how can you be sponsored by MTN and you're not on retainer?
So what did that mean?
Of course, me like man, the guy was selling was the hot cake. Whether on retainer or not, they had to come and support his event.
Okay. So you broke the code.
Yes, exactly. And then again, what happens is like who to do the show other than Steve Jean.
Steve Jean the events at the time.
I get the events. Which I get the events. That has because now you had Blue 3 and what, and I know also he did a big show. Actually, one of my best shows, by the way, as much as it's GNL, because that's when I saw like things like 3 stages in one for the first time. Even Reddy and Weasel, they were there at Channel, like they've never done a show like that. And at that time, because they were bigger than GNL, but they've never done a show with Steve Jean. So Steve Jean just does a show and he does 3 sets on a stage. The first stage is just more like hip hop, kind of like hard hip hop. Then it opens and it goes into the setting, which was like culture setting. And that's why the songs like Soda Jinjari were done, like Mwana wa Baba were done, you understand, to bring that whole, and then it opens again and exposes the band. A live band. Oof.
One stage,
man. So, and then again, it came to be one of the biggest. And as up to date, it should be the biggest hip hop concert. And I know guys have come and done concerts and fill up, but again, when you go to the times and who broke this whole thing, the code and everything, I think it was
so during that performance, during the concert, what was that particular standout moment for you at Nogamba? Wow.
Man, I mean, for me, again, I think for me, somehow I knew initially, Steve tells you was going to do. For me, actually, when I was watching, I was with Reddy and Weasel when I was watching that show. So for me, when also it opened up like this and fire started coming off the stage, and Weasel was like, oh, Reddy and Weasel like that. I was also like, oh my God. For me, that was the moment. I was like, okay. I was like, this is, man, we've made it. We've done it. We've done it. So, and again, for me, many other things was happening I also in my life at that time, because I started the first tattoo parlor, so again, the tattoo shop, it was the first one, so it of course gave me a lot of media attention, so being interviewed, blah 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 blah, it got me exposed, so now as a hip hop promoter, now exposure, General is giving me exposure, so I was the man. So I was feeling good. I was like, yeah, this is my time. I'm doing what I'm love, and I'm having the good time, doing it. So you
had the best, the first sold out hip hop show in Uganda with the best events organizer.
Bought by Balam. Imagine it's relevant now, or it's even relevant then. So
with the biggest stage.
Biggest production at the time. So that what happened. So but then fast forward, definitely. So 2009. So again, GNL had his plans. Of course, also because most hip hoppers also had their labels, even out there. There are things that hip hoppers had. They had a recording label and they had a clothing line. So everyone. So he had that dream of also Baboon Forest, and I think now we start now trying to roll out the Baboon Forest thing, because I remember now later in there we started recording with him, because Munji used to be backing up hype man like Munji, but now again now Munji gets to record under the first song under under GNL, so as Baboon. So that is happening. So Baboon now as even 2009 and getting to 2010, Baboon starts taking over, So the thing was like, now I need to get another artist, because the formula had worked, I say now, but how do you get another artist? Again, how do you identify another artist? I say, let's do that. Let's do another hip hop canvas.
Oh, okay.
And then again, we do auditions. The auditions now again, people will record, and through the same system, we can see the best guys, and from there, the best. I'll give them the best act who comes out.
Okay.
So 2010, we do hip hop canvas. 2010, now hip hop was being respected. So that and also doing it with Benon, at Swangs. Now even Swang has moved from Makindi now to Muyenga. So we did auditions, and then from that project, of course, people like Gravity, they came through from that project.
Oh, Gravity, Yaliku Canvas. And he wasn't the best guy there. That's 4.
2010. Sentinel said came from that project. Many guys, SPM Mugunjule came from that project. There was quite a lot of talent. But again, from that project, that's when I get to interact with Keko.
Oh, Keko was okay.
DMC was on that project, So from that, so we recorded, and then because as the thing was that every album has a single. So the single of that album of Hip Hop Canvas 2010 was Fallen Heroes, And that was a song that really reminding, paying tribute to those who were lost in the industry. Yeah. And then, so that Fallen Heroes, we had Davis. I don't know whether Davis. No, I don't know whether now he had won.
The Tasker Project Fame guy.
Yeah, yes. I think he had not been part of Tasker Project Fame. So it does the hook, and then Keko was rapping on it, and Run-DMC and SPM Mugunjule. Oh my God,
that was fire.
And now the nation was introduced to Keko. I said, who's she? She was, man, the flow, everything, she was, the image, everything. So now they go to know now,
and she made it look easy.
Exactly. Yeah? So the song, had a good video, great video, again done by Dedak, and then so the song was big, and then now I was like, okay, I decided now let's work with Keko 2010. So we started Keko, work with Keko 2010, release another song called Alwo.
Yeah, I know Alwo.
Then after Alwo, of course, then we released This Is How We Do It, and that was done by Just Jose. Oh my God!
Yeah, Just Jose. This is
just about the beat, and it's like we just.
That's the one that gave her the MTV thingy.
Exactly, that one gave her. First of all, it's from that now that even gave us. So with that, This Is How We Do It. We did a remix with Ready and Weasel. I was like, okay, it worked with GNL again. The same guys. Let's do Ready and Weasel again. Put in a remix, He blew up, and that time was about Big Brother. Ready and Weasel is going for Big Brother. Keko goes for Big Brother. She kills it. Of course, Channel O is there. Yeah. Like, who is this? And then before you know, Sona guys. Then let me tell you, I think the fastest rising artist has been Keko in this industry. Like, because first of all, she was female and she was rapping in English, And you thought, maybe hip hop is a game for guys, So then before you know, she blows up, and then she blows up and blows up, and then so definitely there I worked a bit also with. So
to take you back a bit, Keko's rise was extremely
fast,
exponential. It was very quick, And I'm curious to know how was that transition of Keko from platinum, platinum music, to Sony.
Man, so now, so now, thinking was now, Just Jose was now trying to get out of production and trying to get into like now music promotion and stuff like that. So I had connects. It was being intentional. Trying to sell music outside Uganda, getting connects in the SA. So somehow it was through even. That deal was being worked out. Okay, Sony reached out, but it was really being worked out with also through Just Jose. So that was the transition. You understand? Platinum, Just Jose, and then you have that Sony deal. And at that time actually worked so closely with Just Jose.
Was it like a distribution deal, or
it was a recording deal? And it was a recording deal. And I think what happened is, of course, maybe with that also, you see, I think the challenge, maybe that also maybe affected KK a bit.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Because first of all, when you go to such big labels, there are so many other people. They have their own schedule. Here you can say, to get them studio to covet for me. So you can put a music when you want to put out. But again, also they want to brand you and give you a new sound.
A new sound and a new image.
So give a new look, a new sound, more like electro, some stuff like that.
That was working when Keko went
so that also. But again, also the contract, a bit of fulfilling the contract issues. So that at the peak of her, so that was a bit of and I think even that affected her, even her career a lot, because they did not deliver on something they promised. First of all, you come, you rebrand her, you try to give her a new sound, and then you're not delivering on certain things, and then so that's what happened, So and for me, definitely as Shadrack, now what happened even during that time now, because now things are happening. I know when you are in the industry, one thing you do is you party. You party. I mean, you're performing in clubs. Again, you are meeting in clubs. The party happens in the clubs. So again, you are the guys who have the names. So all clubs also call you because you're the guys to bring in more. If they know you are there, in VIP section, they'll give you free drinks. They'll call you and be there. So now that thing came in now, like really being in clubs and hanging and partying. And
the party life was up.
Party life was up. So as crazy as I was drinking, I was what? But again, around that time, so I was introduced to a drug. For me, I was on weed, easy. And then there's a guy who said, "But you are on this kind of thing, let me show you a party drug." So the guy introduces me to cocaine, and then I was like, okay. I said, okay, this is the thing.
What was the experience?
But for me, the experience was amazing. That one lie to you. The other thing people don't know, they'll not tell you what happens eventually, because you see these things, they change your chemical. Your brain flips. It feels good, but again, they're changing the chemical, the way the chemical performance of your brain. They're replacing some. So it was amazing. But again, for me, it was like I could connect. Some guys, like some guys who are owning record labels, also they were gangsters and dealing. And the dealing was like something of prestige. You have power. You were a dealer in guns or you were a dealer in drugs. That's what brings in money. So for me, I was like, it fits my lifestyle. So as a result, I got engaged into that. Actually.
Drug abuse.
I said drug abuse, got into dealing,
Oh, you were dealing?
I got into
like selling?
I'm a businessman, I saw a business opportunity. For me, as I told you, everything I was doing, I thought tattoos people like them as a tattoo shop. I thought hip hop would be good as I started hip hop. And then now, there's another opportunity to make money, which I never knew that even that drug was in Uganda at that time. So for me, I was like, these things I see them in movies. I just got to know that, cocaine is in Uganda. But again, knowing that guys out there are killing it, and even all the movies I was watching, Scarface, the Italian movies, all these things, these guys were powerful. Even the Italian mafias, they're all powerful guys. So there's power. To have power, you have to have money. You have to have money, but doing what? Dealing things which are illegal. You understand? The biggest money up to that. Even all the guys, the dealers.
Yeah.
The rich guys, they had power. So I wanted that. So, and I thought, also had the connections now because you're a celebrity, other guys, so it means the market was there. You had, the people to talk to, understand, So that now also behind the scenes it was taking,
So you began taking drugs.
I was taking something like
and dealing.
And dealing. So now after the Keko thing, definitely. So all right from 2000, all right from around 2008. That thing started from there. But these guys don't know. 2009,
you were taking your thing,
yes,
but nobody knew.
Yes. Maybe another thing that even happened in 2008. I remember I started, because I loved rock. At the same time as, I loved hip hop, but I loved rock. Actually, I loved rock much more as my music of choice. You understand? Like really, if I'm to buy records, I was buying the records of, So my love to rock again, this crazy pie life thing, rock star boy. So you're mixing rocks, you're a rock star, either you're gangster, you're missing the extreme of each. Rock star and gangster. So again, I had a collection of a lot of rock music. So before I also say, I talked to my friend at Stakeout, and say, let's start a rock night. So I started rock night at Stakeout. I became one of the biggest theme nights. Again, now that one was a channel for me to steal my dealings
to sell.
You understand?
Because rock music goes with
yes.
Ecstasy.
Yes. So that was happening also in my life. So which means that our addiction had developed, but me now was partying, I did not even know that now I'm addicted. So after certain things are happening in your life, I'm realizing, now.
So what happened exactly for you to realize? Now it's.
First of all, I had a daughter way back, when I was still young. And then, so that relationship was the first relationship that got cut off with me and my daughter. I wasn't being available. I was going to pick her up, not picking her up, I'm paying. Then family, festival, events, gatherings, you are absent. Because you are nursing you're doing what? Also, you want to go, maybe it has worn out, you want to go and use again, and you're using,
Also, you have to keep.
So now you realize, then business at home, I realized the business at the tattoo parlor, I'm like, during the day, I'm also using. Because before it was at night, I'm like, then the day I'm getting out from the office, I'm cutting a line. So I'm realizing, okay, now I cannot, before it was weekend, now it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's like, Then again, so you get the dependence, I feel like now I think I'm losing, I cannot do without it. So that's when now realize relationships are being messed up, business is being messed up, So you're just spending more time using this thing. So now that was, I think now 2011 now, 2012, 2012 and 2012, but now around 2012 there actually, even because you see when you're doing this thing, you started selling, that guys have done this thing before. And now you have territories. Hey, these are my clients. Try to get other guys' clients. Say, hey, get out of my territory. Threats.
Movie. So you have territories and corners, yeah?
What? So having bad fights. Meanwhile, I'm with these guys, but before me, I'm ending up in Al's bar. And then there are fights there because, I'm selling other people. Because other guys, I'm selling to other people who sell that. So something like that, So for reason, even now, at GNL's concert, I bought a brand new Golf. Nice one. Even on the day of Koi, that's when even I packed it. I remember in Chad when I packed it somewhere there, black, nice one. So within all those things, before I know my car is even on fire. I'm at my house.
It's on fire?
Yeah. And it got burnt.
Who burnt it?
So
your rivals,
I was like, now this is life is lifing, So all those things are happening now, and you could know when you are. The thing is, you see even how much you use. You're consuming a lot. You're doing what? You spend more time consuming the drug. Relationships are being messed up. Business being messed up. So now around that time, after even working now with Keko, then I get to work with an artist who's not a hip hop artist, and of course with Keko, and that was Tonix, So Tonix, I get to work with Tonix, Alan Tonix. We get to work together. We even did the Eternal tour. We did to get to Keko.
By the time you work with Tonix, your Keko is out of your money.
Because already which has gone to Sene and stuff like that. So, but also around the time of Tonix, also go to work with Young Z. Young Z at first started with Swangs, but then I left Swangs.
Zagalino.
Zagalino,
right?
Young Z. It was Young Z,
right
a rapper.
Now, I'm Zagalino.
Oh, yes, Zagalino. Yes, sorry. Yeah, because I don't know, is that Swangs again, right? I don't know.
Swangs,
yeah. You know, sorry, because that is a shift from the other side. No. So we did a couple of songs with him, you know. I did a few songs also with Race Signature. So I worked with those guys. But again, I was fighting that thing. My addiction had grown. And now the focus was now even after, it was after even beating the addiction, you know. So 2013, even I moved from where I was staying, I was in like Gaba side, you know, because I remember that time there was even a club called Venom, you know. I remember that year also, you know, we did, you know, there's a gentleman called P-Tech, you know. P-Tech is when P-Tech used to like, mine was inside, I think, inside the Music Uganda website, the first Ugandan music website, P-Tech, you know. I think the name and then he loved hip hop, and so we to do it. So he passed, you know, and I went to try to do a memorial thing with him, and I got all the guys coming in at Venom and do the party and stuff like that. So I think that was the last part I did when I was that side. So I had to move. I said, let me come now. Even that's why I'll come this side of now.
Sobriety time.
Yeah, try to get on this thing, you know. Yeah.
So, talk to me. What was the impact of you going into the territories of the ones that you were dealing against?
Of course, that came with a lot of fights, and also I've gotten I had a guy by that time. My guy who was you know, everyone has their core guys in these things, eh? Yeah. And those fights are from bars and stuff like that, you know. Those attacks till it went to till when I was in my home and I was woken up by the blast of my car. Boom!
They burnt it in your compound.
In my compound. In my compound. So that's when I started thinking twice, you know, about all things. I mean, among other things which are also happening, you know, as like, so I think I need to get out of this.
This is it.
So what we did is, so I moved. Started change and I moved, and then came the side of Nalia, you know, to start. But also again that time I was also still working with Tonix, and couldn't work with Tonix. I know of course at work together, stuff like that. How
is that working with an artist that is not now hip hop?
No, I mean it was amazing because he's talented.
Yeah, he's talented.
He's talented. So there was no man. It was also something to always try something to new, to see something new. So and also at the same time I worked with the, you know, with the young Zia said was still a hip hop artist.
Zagalino.
Yeah, yes. So then, so what happened is now I'm moving forward. Then, of course, with the other addictions are growing and stuff like that. I really had to give my focus now came more to overcome addiction than even being in the music industry. Because the man in the music industry would go, the song is out, you go promote it, you go Casablanca, you go where? Definitely, you are seeing the guys you are taking. So I had to cut off that totally.
So does that mean, you see, growing up, I've always been told that the music industry is extremely evil.
I believe the fact is, you know, so we're spiritual beings. So the world is run by spirits, you know. That's why, you know, someone's opening a new shop, whether it's an Indian, you see they're putting bubble leaves, you know, whether they're doing someone's praying, you know, it knew something, you know, everything, business, so everything you do, so because run by spirits, you see, so you know, that's spiritual. So everything has the spirit normally that really drives it, you know, and that's what it is. Because because it takes you, and that, because for us, when you say it's about party eating life, of course there's a spirit behind that. The spirit that's why. And this nothing to do with either secular or gospel music. Again, within the industry, the artists, you are no artists, but realize that, you know, they're very, I mean, I'm going to give you an example like Nava, you know. She's not a bad person, she's not what, you know, she's by nature, I think for her, maybe still should be praying, you know, something, and realize, now her life is a bit in control. She doesn't drink, and many other artists also in the industry who don't, and those are few, but the biggest percentage, you know, you see what happens, you know, understand, you know.
So it
means that there's a spirit behind that drives that, you know, and so that's what makes it be very, you know, very.
Now, imagine a younger Shadrack who has this ambition of breaking into the Uganda music industry. Yeah. If you met him, what would you tell him to prepare for as they chase their ambition to join the music industry?
First of all, you know,
how would that conversation be like?
You know, first of all, I'll tell them to expect the best, but also prepare for the worst. You know, but again, whenever they're doing something, to have you have to be rooted to know who guides, because you know we all there are things beyond our power. You understand? So pray for that wisdom to know that what's in my control, can I control it? You understand? And ensure that whatever you do, you don't live outside. You understand? That kind of really, if I'm going to be in this industry, why am I in this industry? It's business. So being in business is my life, the way I live my life matters. What do I have to be in bars all the time? Do I have to drink, by the way, because I'm in the industry? No, what would I have to drink anyway? You understand? So realize that, so understand who you are, that everything else, when you know who you are, that you are perfect, good, and you are enough. You don't need
sufficient.
You don't need to be approval, because at times you don't need to say just jump. You don't need prayer pressure to make you because others guys is cool. What I think I want to be liked if I hang with them. Then that's that makes me who I am. And that's the thing, because we don't know who we are. So we're always trying to look for something. You think a man is gonna make you something, or big car is gonna make you something, or these cool friends, celebrities. Because you're trying to. You don't know your identity, and it's an identity issue. Yeah, you get. And again, you see in the same industry. The people are very calm. I hear, like, even in Hollywood, I hear Keanu Reeves. He's a very down-to-earth guy.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he's a very... he's a star.
I've seen videos. The guy is walking on barefoot.
Exactly. So it doesn't mean that if you want to be a film star, you have to be all these things, bombas and all these. No. We are seeing guys who are there, and they're living a very normal life. But again, so it's I think that's when you realize who you are, what makes you who you are. You understand? So I think that's what I'll tell that. No, don't be full with all this world. That's all, like, the fame thing and what that's all a lie. That's all a lie, and that's what it is. Really, 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 really. So to be rooted, be focused, be rooted. Know why you're doing what I'm doing, and then just know if I'm in for the business. Focus on the business. What are the principles of the business? How does it work? Because again, if you're in it and making money and then you're blowing it up, then you understand. So get the so understand the principles of the business. How do I work? How do I save money? When do I need what my body needs 8 hours of sleep. So where can I have the 8 hours of sleep? Am I exercising? Am I eating healthy? Because all these things, by the way, they contribute to being successful. You understand? They do contribute. Your mind is right, because the way we are wired and designed, the brain, when everything, digestion, what takes place when you're resting. That's why I realized at night many things happen at night. Because the body rests and everything's working. You understand? So if you're not having that, then again, you're affecting your health. And also that our health is wealth, So no matter how much money you make, when you're messed up, it doesn't work for you. You're gonna spend, being in and out of hospital, paying bills, So it's still. I think we just know that even as we work for money, then taking over ourselves becomes more important than anything else, And again, is what I'm putting in your body. Whom am I hanging with? So if you see all the guys who are successful, you see the track record. Who they hang with, how they live their life, and realize, so I think those are the things now you have to be mindful about, So
now we go back to now you've moved.
So now what happened? So now me overcoming addiction became more important than even being so I had to cut off in the music industry.
You cut off everyone.
Everyone.
How easy or hard was that?
It was hard, because it's what makes it hard. Like, even I remember in 2013 I'd really managed it, I think, for 3 months, till there comes because I used being out and say 31st at least let me go. 31st can be in Kampala. I go to big mics. A thing here in Kololo. Yeah. And the first time I said, we just go to big mics, because I was still drinking. Say, maybe I catch a drink, I'll do what I'll behave, I come back.
And then you relapse.
Then when I go, then I find this person, who even I thought man, I have to be running away from them. And then they're like, I just want for the thingy,
One for the road.
Then, of course, that's what they recall. You can have one, even addict, So we went all night, So, and that, again, I was struggling. And I said, no. And as something happened, then I was like, no, I have to be. Then again, still, when even I tried to move, because one time I was sharing the same house with Tonix,
Same house with Tonix.
So now I moved, I got even my own house. So when that's like I was trying to have, now that's when I really had the hardest time, People calling me, I'm not available, But still, again, one night, I just get it, it was brought to my home, Somehow, again, still, I messed up. But I said, now, no, this is it. So I just said a prayer. I said, only person name is God. I said, God, man, I'm done, just help me get out of this. And then, so I reflected, and I was like, because at times you need like accountability, someone to help you out.
So the night you said this prayer, were you just from the bar?
No, I was from the bar. I was from the bar. I was from the front. Yeah, I was from the bar. And then,
What had happened that night that it gave you that reflective?
That's crazy stuff, man. I don't even talk about them. You know?
Give us a snippet.
So, but stuff that can make a man to regret. So then again, but I was like, maybe as I like that reflect, I was like, maybe they think I'm here alone, and that's a challenge. So I reflected as like, because it was there was this girl I was dating, who left me for my crazy life. I was like, you are, but I remember when a good woman is a good woman. So I reflected like, she was a very good woman, very solid, very what, and very focused. And I said, man, maybe if I can get this one back in my life, yeah,
things can get
she
straight.
She can help me overcome this. And this now is 5 years after we've broken up. So I just said I said that prayer, but in the next 1 week she made contact after 5 years.
What was your prayer like? First time.
It was simple. I said, God, you bring her back in my life. Me, I'm like, I think it's going to be the person let me walk this journey. I'm done. And then she made the contact. And then before you know,
she just called.
Send a message.
After 5 years.
Yeah, I didn't even have a number. But that's good now. So for me now, now we're starting talking about God. Indirectly.
God is coming.
He knows when you're tired. He knows when you're tired. And those are the miracle working things of God. Understand? I mean, it's miracle. 5 years. She's a beautiful woman. How can she even be available? Me and I don't have. So we make contact. A bit, of course, says that about my lifestyle.
Stories.
Speed. Because of course there's hesitancy. You know what? Oh, this and this. Oh, I've become born again. Oh, I become born again.
So in other words, saying she was born again.
I was reflecting on how I treated her, and I started to apologize for all those times. I was like, I forgave you. I did what? But again, try to see if you can have this thing going again. Of course, she has her reservations, like maybe this guy is a bad boy. What? So that journey of saying, you know what? But maybe you give it Christ. Like, no, don't tell me. I'm okay. I'm solid. What? But again, I still have the challenges. I still have the same challenges. So I finally decided to give my life. So because that was now connected in 2014. Yeah. So now imagine throughout, then again. So it was only 2015 that I was like, okay. The life has to change. I need a new life. So that's when I made a decision to give my life to Christ in December. And then, voila, everything after that was just very fast. Because I remember 2016, I joined the church, I joined Watoto, After that, I got baptized, everything was moving fast now. In February, I got baptized by immersion. March, I did the school of discipleship class. I did school of prayer. I did the evangelism explosion. I was, and again, so now but I was with my woman, and then we are cohabiting, and of course, as many Christians, still, as a Christian, you're not supposed to cohabit, but we're cohabiting. And for me, when I went for the class of discipleship, they were telling us to be doers of the word and not just hearers. I'd say now this cohabiting thing,
it's time to make it official.
So I go home, I was like, madam, go in the other bedroom, and I said in this bedroom till we're married, we are not seeing each other.
How long was that?
Well, it was around, because that was in March. April, so it was April and May, because it was 1 month, almost close to 2 months. In May 26th, we got married.
So you separated the rooms for 2 months. Okay.
Yeah. Then got married, 26th May, and then we in God's thing. When we endorsed by God, we continued. So apparently now, but as that is happening, of course, the Lord is leading me to really now. Of course, I'm still passionate about music and stuff like that. It is me. That's who I am. So I felt like the need of really using my gifts now for the kingdom. So I say I can still pursue this gospel industry. I can still pursue what I'm pursuing, but in the kingdom, not in the mainstream. So that I started really, actually the first concert I did was in September by artist called Kopi Bly. I did the first concert, one last time. I think it was one last time. Yes. It was in September, at MTN Arena. Then, of course, now God brought a person in my life called Ronnie, who's up to my partner and my destiny helper that walked with me the journey. That's a new spiritual journey. Of course, the class has helped a lot to shape me. But then again, in November, I did another second show. The second show in gospel, it was Brian Rubega. He had his first concert at Silver Springs. I did it. So now I'm getting introduced into the industry. And then, of course, now with my zeal and my fire, my one, now I bring that, the same thing I had, I bring it to the gospel. So 2017, I did a show also for the testimony show for D-Rain, and D-Rain is the person who I worked with.
D-Rain
was also a producer, you know, at Buddies. So I worked with him even when we were still in secular. So he has also he had his struggle with alcoholism, alcohol. But he came to Israel to press before me, you know. So, but again, you know, so now also I get to connect with him and stuff like that. So I get to do his testimonial concert, you know, sharing his testimony and stuff like that. And then, so moving forward, 2017, started a project called Red Sofa, where we mixing motivation and entertainment. But again, get Christians who have walked a lot, walked ahead and then come share their journeys to motivate young, other people, you know. But again, also mix it with entertainment, have a live band. So before that, 2018, again 2018, because of the love for hip hop, I said I'd do something for Christian hip hop, you know. So 2018, I started something called Fuse. And that was the first Christian hip hop show, you know, totally Christian. You know, at the square, man. But I got there and I had music. For us, you know, we are here like it was a music. You think about I just attended what man. When I was introduced, I had hip hop, man, like legit. I was like, what? I had dancehall music. What? Like I was like, hey, all these things are this way, you know.
But why is it not going mainstream? Where is the problem?
I think it's Ugandan, but I'll come to that. It's the Ugandan thing, but elsewhere it's happening. You know, the guys are really, you know, and now it's growing. I mean, as I speak right now, on a daily basis,
we'll come back to that.
Know, it's gonna perform at Trump's swearing in. That's how big it is now for the Nigerians and stuff like that. But anyway, so now
you've created Fuse.
Then I created Fuse.
You've gone to hip hop.
Yeah, I've got so now before you know, so I have Fuse. Yeah, and now under that now. The first two shows I did, the one for Brian, Rebecca, and Kupi, now it was Camp Platinum Concepts. I want to change it a bit, trying it from the Platinum Entertainment. I didn't want the spirits to follow me. So, another name, I said, maybe you the concept, they will stay. They say, I wouldn't recognize the concepts, you know, so
they get confused.
They'll get confused, like, So, anyway, yeah, so, but then we said, so, like, then 2017, that thing we're doing Red Sofa became the brand thing of Red Sofa, but I thought, okay, name now also get a house name called Red Code. So we did events under Red Code. Even the first hip hop canvas was, the first Fuse was under Red Code. We did a basketball tournament, you know. I did,
so Red Code is like an umbrella.
It was an umbrella. So now we did Fuse. I did something called Above the Realm. That was an interchurch basketball concert. So all my creativity now, because there's some creativity I had when I'm doing a pastor to show up and what, that's still the rock DJ. That is in me. It's in bones. So I brought that this side. So even later on 2018, did a show called Marketplace Banquet. Again, you know, kind of dining, Christian corporate, Marketplace Connect, you know.
We are corporate here, Watoto.
Yeah, big corporates.
So basically you're looking at how can I make money? I know.
Even Watoto, even Watch Harvest, a lot of, you know, Sanyu, Sandra Subi. So I even started connecting with all these artists, you know. Even Steve Keys was part of that show. Pablo, now, you know, I have comedians also who are really Christian and making it. So fast forward, 2019. Of course, now 2019, I had desires, like, you know what, I need to do. There are things I always want to do in secular. I need to do, like, awards. I said I need to do awards. Let me do, I'd see there were some awards
Christian
happening.
awards.
Yeah, Christian awards, you know. And of course, for me, there's nothing that drives me with excellence. I know try to do the things an extra mile, you know. So 2019, we plan and say, okay, I come up with the awards called Vine Entertainment Awards.
Vine Entertainment Awards, okay.
So we launched them in 2019, you know, and it's supposed to, you know, to happen in 2020. 2020 is about to happen. So plan for it, blah, blah, blah. You know, I get even an artist called Floroka. And I was getting my thing around. And then, of course, so that one, so before it happened, you know, actually, I was like, okay, maybe instead of being Entertainment Awards, because I want to do much more than awards. But I say, no, now, you have all these other things, Fuse, blah, 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 awards. I want to do an event called Alive in the Park. I say, you know what, let me now, the name, instead of Entertainment Awards, become Entertainment Group. And then the awards become Vine Awards. So now you have Vine Awards. Then I can have Vine Music, a record label. Then I can have the Vine Events. You understand?
Oh, it becomes like a music entity.
It was so you have the group, but then have different, you know, segments. So 2022, I was ready to do the first Vine Awards. Lockdown happens. Lockdown happens 2 weeks, I think, to the event. You know. So what happened?
The platform demon was still following you.
Yes.
Okay.
So now we are now 2022. As in 2020, as the first one, we officially become Vine Entertainment Group, VEG. You know. So now there's no more Platinum Concept. Now there's no more Red Code, and now there's Vine VEG, Vine Entertainment Group. So we did those. The awards were done, recorded, and done virtually. You know. So the same year again, you know, what to do Alive in the Park, you know, which did not happen.
What was Alive in the Park?
Alive in the Park was meant to be a big family festival, kind of like Bless and Wine, kind of, you know, but for Christians.
You
know, so yeah, family get together, you know, have a good time, games, what. It's too much kama. Then so and what amazes me is the names, where the names come from. You know, they're so perfect. You know, Fuse, what?
Yeah, for example, Alive in the Park.
You know, they're like, wow, it's like that's good. You know. Yeah. And because I learned that, you know, you pray about things and God has given you these revelations. Those are the things now I learned now, you know. So
revelations.
Yeah. So what happened? So now, but it also does not happen because we're still in lockdown. I know every time on Mzee, before you know, he gives you more extra weeks.
More weeks, yeah.
So he said, oh, let's make Alive at home. So it's virtual, people at home. We do virtual. So we record, guys did their recordings, even had the international acts. So we had the Pompies, the Who. So we did that one, even for 2020 and 2021.
So how did you make the money?
There was no making money now. There's no making money. Because also I understand, for me personally, and even the money has not been made, by the way. We haven't made the money.
As of now?
Oh, yeah, as of now. Because also I understand that there is a process, there's a time, there's when you start something and you have to give it time. And why even most businesses don't survive, because people rush, people have expectations. 1 year, 2 year, but it takes time. But that at land also, because even for the hip hop, I knew when I was doing hip hop, I said in 5 years it will be big. So hip hop canvas was 2005. By 2010, we had GNL and Keko. 5 years.
Oh.
So I knew.
So you have to trust the process.
Yeah, you have to trust the process. So I knew that this thing is news different, and actually also there's a lot of that ministry element mindset. Things are for free. Church doing things for free. People want free events. So I knew. But again, because it was driven by the call, now it was the call was very, very, you know, evident in my life, and then also the fact that the passion still I want to do it. There's not, you know, I mean, this is what it is. So I said maybe let me build it. It will be after some time, you know. So there was no money at all. Well, now we are putting money. You're putting money. So 2021 again, lockdown is happening. So still 2022 when we open up, and then for the first time we get to do the first Vine Awards. Now that becomes the third edition, because we already done the two virtual. It was at Serena, so big. Of course, again I bring in excellence production, and for me that thing always now.
All that production and excellence is you're not yet making money.
We're not making money. We're not making money.
People come for free.
No, they come, they pay, but again, you know, after the event, you are still in negative. You have to figure out how to pay the service providers. Up to now, it still happens. I won't lie to you.
Okay.
So it's tough. It's tough. Very tough. It's tough. But oh my God, I've been tested. Oh man, I've been tested.
You felt like quitting?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just feel like quitting. Then I go to some scriptures and I look for inspiration, and then I say, okay. Even last year I was like, I'm done, but I was like, okay, this year I'm here. Anyway, so what happened is so again we get to the first Alive in the Park. So the idea was now all the artists who had performed on the virtual we have to bring them physically. Yeah. So the first one had Limo Blaze, Pompey. Man, it was big.
That's when Pompey came.
Pompey came, yeah. That's when Pompey came. What legends?
Man, people
man, it was amazing. Like yes. So now me I was like, this is the way to go. So 2022. So again 2023. You know, we come again do again even in 2020. Yeah. Also again, actually, I did another hip hop canvas with MTN at MTN headquarters. You know.
Oh.
So, yeah. Before that was before that. That was 2020. Yeah, 2020. No, 2020. That was 2022.
How did that end?
2022. No, it wasn't. You know, because again, hip hop. You know, being like the numbers. Of course, it wasn't as really as like okay. I think I love it. I've done something for hip hop. Let me now do other things. So we do. Then 2023 again. I repeat everything. The awards happen again. You know. Alive in Park happens again. Now even now we go to even to Colorado Airstrip.
Oh,
my friend, the numbers now even up there to now that one I was trying to put together production. Now even I'm using Phenon. Faith is over the moon. Hey, of course again big impact, but again now you know still negatives, no money. You know, and again I know there's a mindset you have to change about this whole thing. So think through things. Yeah.
So you seem to suggest that. While the brands and initiatives because now I would love to call this Christian event organization or management.
Yeah.
It seems like in the Christian circles, they have not yet immersed themselves in the concept of attending events.
Somehow, maybe they
You can't do numbers in Kololo.
In terms of the numbers, we still, because you see such events, it's numbers, everything, you might need to be like, okay, I need to be maybe 4K or 5K and above to be able to. But also, most people, I think what's the thing is, we haven't been having corporate sponsorships.
For the Christian things.
Yeah, Christian things. And again, they're coming, but again, some of them, the biggest sponsors normally will be like alcohol, where you cannot go, So that alone, because I tend when you have a sponsor and they make sure they take off a bit of the weight off you, at least you can make it on the gate collection.
Yeah.
But when everything is on the gate collection, you cannot make it. The artists are coming, the air flights are on there, the accommodation is in there, the venue, the production. So that's been the challenge. I think the challenge really is to get partners to support what we do.
Let them come up with Christian corporate companies.
So the same way, because what I'm believing for, I've seen like the Indian community. For them, man, they have the biggest entertainers coming from India to come here. But guess what? The biggest companies here are always they're supporting them.
Yeah,
you see a poster, and you see Papa what, so mad man, what. Yeah, they have the money, they have the business, so they can afford to support their an event. So the idea also is to say, how can Christian have Christian businesses?
I think it's common with Muslims too,
exactly.
When they bring
so the same way. So I think that thing, if it can happen, to say now, if we also get to understand that having money is okay, it's not evil, because also the other thing we're fighting that the rich want to go to heaven. So all these things, you see, money, money, you have to attract money. If you don't like it will run away from you.
But Shadrack, is it true the rich will not go to heaven?
No. It's
so
not
why
true.
is that concept?
So the thing, the thing, of course, don't let money be your.
Your God.
Yeah, you understand, your God. That's the thing. It's a mammon thing, it's just a thing. So again, but God desires for us to be to prosper, but so those things also affect people like you. Even the way how to do business is very tricky in Uganda. You have to do business, you have to keep your values, you're not giving kickbacks, how are you growing? So you want to keep your values. So I think also the challenge they're having as Christians, to build a business on values and succeeds, and you understand, and you're not getting these deals, and you're getting all these things without making sure that work a bribe. So also as a Christian, also maybe they struggle with those things that, this one to get this deal, I have to, and I'd rather not get because, but again, you're not getting business. So, but my belief is, again, if we have a lot of Christian businesses being developed, it's easy to go and say, we're doing this, we come and promote your product here, and again, you support the kingdom work. So it becomes much easier, because I think that's the way out.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
But as we're waiting on that, we're going to continue persevering. So, my music comes in, and then actually we start working on a project called Moyo Throne. And Moyo Throne was really the idea, the thing behind is really to grow worship music in Uganda, especially the local worship music. Because we realize out there is big Nigerians, the Synachis, the Adas, and what, they're really very big artists, a lot of big men, now Moses Bliss and all that, Nathan Bessie, and other, of course, we're having now, or even in America, even like here in Rwanda, you have guys who are really, doing well, like in worship and stuff. So I figure there's need to concentrate on worship music. I feel as led, So started a project called Moyo Throne and band music, but also try to work with the artists now. So the arts thing coming now, the label idea. So as we are right now, so 2023, 2024 again, the same thing, So
you're basically fine-tuning all this that you created.
Yes. So the idea now is very clear. I've done so it's very clear now. But now there's more clarity like this year. So we're like, okay, now. So what we do? What's VEG? Vandal Group. We have music. We have events, and those events we've done many events, but now we're zeroing down to 3 main events. The Moyo Throne event, worship Moyo Throne.
So Moyo Throne is like what
worship, strictly worship, praise and worship, And then we have the Love in the Park, which is the family one. And then remember the one I told about the marketplace banquet. So that's gonna come back as where first and now we're mixing the marketplace banquet where it's a connect for Christians in the marketplace in the different spheres in leadership, business, CEOs, stuff like that. But then again also the awards are gonna be part of that. Now because awards are not happening as awards anymore, realize you need to know to make like music, this and that and that. So now they're gonna be more like recognize guys in business, but also honorary awards that guys accept in business, in ICT, in entertainment again, musicians, producer, media, So now it becomes under the marketplace banquet, but under there there's Connect, Dine, and maybe award. Yeah? So we have 3 main events. That one, once in a while you can make a fuse or something, but those are major. Then again, the van music. So we're signing more artists there. You know, so working with the arts there, we have a Benji Kasule there. We have a guy, a young guy called Bleak. We have Rachel K now. You know, Rachel K was the other side.
Rachel K.
Halima's daughter.
Yeah,
you know, yeah. So yeah, she's working with her, and then another artist, you know, called like Crew. So I really wanna. That one, you know, not in a bad way. I feel like, there's a swangs this side, you know, like Vine, you know.
So that's the creme de la creme of.
Yeah. So that's now, because for me that's what actually, as long as I'm doing events, me that's my core. It's music. I love music. So I feel like, okay, let's try to all the things we say that okay, we don't have enough musicians, gospel musicians. You know, everyone just knows maybe Levikson and that's it, and Bugembe. So can we try to grow more musicians? So I feel like that's a space really want to focus on, like really. And that's my core. I feel like we need to have more gospel artists who can be able to impact, and also the fact that we have to cut across. You're not dying that you're not doing it that okay, I'm dying to go the other side, but our music has to impact. You see, impact. You cannot influence unless when you connect. So you cannot keep saying that you're doing this worship and gospel music for the Christians. The message has to go to people who need it. You know. So how do we? What is it? Is it the packaging? What's the challenge? The same way that I'm trying to find out the same challenge hip hop had. You know what happened? Why was it? You know, the same thing. I'm like, now what is it with the gospel thing? And also again, it's a bit of like, okay, first of all, there's need to be united even as a church because there's so much. Everyone their own ministry is doing their stuff, but also to know that we are called as artists, gospel artists, that we are called to be also to be more intentional around creativity. You know, because also maybe there's lack of all these writing skills coming. How do you write a song that appeals what? You know, but also to know that you are called to the world. The music has to be able to cross over. You know, don't be afraid to be on secular platforms and stuff like that because that's what you're called to be. So all those things are happening. So that's the part of the music, and then we have the media part of it. You know, media film and the other film. That's what we haven't been able to really pull out. Is really we are looking at creating content. Christian-based content. You know, I mean, there's a lot of content, whether the family content that kids can watch and stuff like that. You know, that really so that glorifies God. So that's for us, that's Vine, and that's where we are. So some people thought like after GNL and hip hop, no. I'm here. I'm celebrating 20 years because I'm still in the industry, but I'm more on this side. And my desire even this year is how can we be of impact even to the big Christian circle, but also to the mainstream. You know, so yeah.
My question has always been, we have very good Christian artists and stuff like that, but they don't go mainstream. Where is the problem?
Again, as I said, the same way, the same issue I told you about, I said the mind is very powerful, You understand? The same way when you only think man is evil, it won't come to you. But also when you think that, okay, there's this big secular divide, you'll not be able to do music that cause you want to go to to influence, So I think it's a whole thing of even just understanding that, we're not doing music. First of all, know that we said there's a gospel industry. Yeah? I can give it a name. Maybe I can give it mini biz. Mini biz, I would say ministry business, as you see showbiz. You can say the music industry, the secular is showbiz. So I can say mini biz. Okay, there's ministry and there's biz. So at least there's biz, meaning business. It means now when there's business, you are intentional when doing things. They're not doing things like for ministry. You understand? So you have to understand that's a business first and foremost. Yeah, that kind of way, even how we package and brand and sell becomes very key. But also be aware of where are you called to? Whom are you called to influence?
So it's knowing who you're targeting.
First of all, to understand that even you need to influence. I also understand that actually the industry we are in is the music industry. There's no gospel music industry on its own. You understand? You understand? The same way I'm telling you that the struggle, the Christian artist is struggling to say, okay, I'm a Christian, I have to sing for folks in the church. Then if there's this organization, I cannot be part of it because that's a secular organization, and yet they're not secular organizations, they're just music organizations. The leadership could be a person who's a secular, but because they're the ones in the position to do, they're the ones doing that, and they need to be fit. The same way. So that is, if you are a Christian, we're talented football as a Christian, what do you do? Are you going to look for a Christian club to play for? And they're going to belong to a Christian FUFA. You understand? So that kind of, as a footballer Christian, it's very easy that you're in the secular space. So the team is not secular or Christian. You understand? All the Madrids and what they're just teams. They're not necessarily secular teams. They're just teams. So you play there and you play with another person who's another faith, and you have fans who are Muslims, who are non-Muslims, who are which, and you understand. But you're entertainment. You're doing that. So that kind of way, under here what takes you, FUFA takes you. You won't create another, try to look for another. You belong to Fufa, you know. I understand. So now it's only music. When you are in an art, you are in a when you are a Christian, because now we are talking about spheres. So as a musician, you're under the entertainment sphere. As entertainment, you know, even under the same, and then there's media sphere and there's politics and governance. For instance, politics and governance. If you are a Christian, you're called to go into politics, where even the thought is also a secular thing, mindset issue. Yet again, they said it's you to make the laws, because the person who's breaking the laws cannot make the laws for themselves. So it means Christians are going to that space. So if you wake up a Christian, for instance, you have a Christian who all knows called Joel Senyonyi. I think everyone knows he's a Christian. So his party, is it a Christian party or not?
It's a secular party. It's just a party.
So he's a member of parliament. Was he elected to parliament? Or is it a member of parliament representing only Christians in his constituency or even non-Christians? So what it does it impact only Christians or not? When he sits in parliament, is the parliament a secular Christian? Is the speaker who's submitting to supposed to be a Christian before he does? You understand? So for him, so easy, because everything, the systems are structured, the systems are laid out, that the party is not necessarily a Christian party. You can belong to NUP or any party. They're not necessarily secular parties. They're just parties, political parties. And again, if I was elected as a member of parliament, you are elected by Christians and non-Christians, whether you're Christian or not, and you represent them in parliament, and you will sit in a parliament, whether it's Christian. So now these things of division. Oh, now there's this thing. Now okay, we have this Christian. You can have your own Christian thing, because even in parliament you have caucuses. Baganda MPs. Yes, you know, you have Christian MPs. You know, and you know, for us, our agenda is kingdom. But again, you're in parliament. You want the bigger. You want this. You cannot separate. You are in there. So if you want to influence, you can only discuss a bill, and separate bill is coming. Me as a Christian, what values am I representing on this bill? As
a Christian.
Now we're discussing LGBT, what I value, you know. So and now that's why your values are coming as a Christian, but you are in the world. You are not, but you're not of the world, are your values. So the challenge with the gospel, we're creating our own world, which is not yet we're in the world. And we say now everything else is secular music, secular leadership, secular association, secular what. So all those things somehow affect your mindset, even how you want to reach. You won't reach where your mind doesn't go, and you'll never influence where you cannot connect. So, and that is only in music. But every other person, you have Christian businesses, doing Christian businesses, having Muslim clients. They're not necessarily that if I'm an architect as a Christian, I have to build churches. No. You understand? So it's not like I'm what, you know. So it's only all other spheres are okay. But even entertainment, as I said, sports is okay. You don't have to for a Christian organization to play for, or a Christian team to play for. And say that now for me, I'm playing Christian football, and other guys are playing secular football. No, it's gifts. It's a gift.
Yeah, it's a gift.
I understand, it's a gift, you know. So the value is informed. So the same way, yes, we could understand they say there's gospel music as a genre, but as an industry, there's a music industry. So it means if there's a governing body, if government wants support, there's going to be a federation that they want to support. They won't come and look for another federation to send out that one takes, you understand, to support you to do what, you know. So, but again, you can influence whatever you want to influence. Then, if you think, can we talk about guys as musicians, guys? Yeah, for you as a Christian, if you're part of this body over, you know, understand, why UNMF, if you are there, you'll be like, guys, but I think the way the lyrical content is getting out of hand.
You consult your values.
Yeah, you consult your values. But the dressing, usually, it is, man, really, it's about the gift and the voice. It doesn't about, you know, understand? So you allow even to come to have this conversation. But when you are doing life this way, and they're doing life that way, that's why there's no impact when you're creating, you know?
A creative
and it only takes those who are bold to say, for us even, we're going there, we're performing there, and they're attacked by these guys. But for them now, because of the day, I have to know whom I'm serving. I'm serving my God, where does the and that's why I have to make that decision. So those ones are impacting. People like Levickson are impacting, you know, it's impacting. He's coming, and you say when he comes and performs a secular show, no one tells him to perform secular songs. He performs his Jesus songs. And he says, God, Jesus is Lord, and you come.
And that's how you win souls, you know?
Exactly. So, but again, because he understands the mandate, because we are supposed to disciple the nations, even as arts, the musical artists could disciple people. Trust me, let me tell you, there's so many people I've seen. I was watching a clip from performing Bugembe at Twendekeshu Watule. So you'd say that is a secular what?
Event.
But people are singing back to back each song. So who are those people? Are they your tongue-speaking Christians in church? How do they know the music?
The people of the world.
So, but again, because they love it, they want it. But now because this mindset of that, so again, if it's a secular event, you're there, you sing, no one's telling you that it's a secular event, don't sing your Christian songs here. No. No. But if you have brought, everyone has value you have to add. Even Jesus brought to value. Eternal life is value. Where you understand, So everyone. So when you go to the platform and there's value and you are offering value, people want this music. But again, this idea of trying to create this separate industry has failed us to really be able to impact. So it all takes those who are bold to say, me, man, me. And the way I'm sharing Christ by loving people. And loving people is loving everyone because Christ loves everyone.
Well
so
said.
that holier than thou thing also thinking about so those are mindset issues, but they impact everything you want to do, even how you relate with people, in what you are doing, even the businesses. Some of them are suffering because of that. Understand that whether money is good or not. It's okay to be rich as a Christian. Money is evil. I cannot be rich. So most of them on average they're not really as
good
as rich as what, because so it's a mindset issue. And for me, yeah, that's what I would say.
So, Shad, this has been a very insightful conversation. What I take out from your last statement is that for a Christian artist to succeed, they need to deal with their mindset, but also approach the music industry as an industry.
Yes.
Only your values only should come out when there is need to be.
Yes.
And then money has to be made in one way or another.
Exactly, because you see, when you say you can't keep praying for the poor, you say feed my poor, you feed the poor. You need money to feed the poor. You understand? Look after the sick. You need money to look after the sick. So you wake up, you're a gospel artist, your music has impacted people, has drawn them closer to Jesus. You're making money. You are giving to charities. You are feeding the hungry.
So that's when it makes sense.
That makes sense. Christmas comes and says, for us as me as a Christian, this, how many, and even the secular people are doing these things instead. By the way, the ones feeding all these spaces. You have seen all these secular artists being able to do so. So those are the things I think that if we do that,
money.
But again, most importantly, I think even as a church, like the unity idea, make sure that because we have Uganda is almost, I think, 85% Christian, so it's, the numbers are there. The numbers are there. But again, is how we do the way we do it. I think that's what also yeah. Okay. And I've seen major growth from even our. Like here, Rwanda. Rwanda is more Israel Mbonyi. For me, as we're here, we are doing gigs. Most of them, the gigs are doing here free gigs, And then I go to find out. I'm asking, this is Kenyan. Is this a Rwandese brother here? His rate card might be, Hey! I was amazed. By the way, I was amazed when the management told me $20,000.
20,000.
His fees for administration, 20K. Here, Rwanda. But you can see when you go to his Instagram, you can see when he posts 11K likes plus. That's value. There's something he's doing. Quality of music, production, blah blah blah. You can see, but this Rwanda here, 20K.
But us
$1,000. He's a gospel artist, and again, he has not lost anything. He loves God. He's still administration. His music is still pure. His creativity is from that right source. So I think there's something. There's something we need. As I said, I'm trying to figure out. Like, when I tried to benchmark the other time, I said, okay, what's happening? With hip hop, what's not being accepted and why? So I had to go back to those things and say, what is it? Are we
what
really?
What is the problem?
What's the problem? Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. So as we close, what's the meaning of this tattoo?
This is
in Chinese.
This is love, peace, and harmony.
Yeah. In Chinese.
I'm a peaceful guy. I was a crazy guy, but a very peaceful guy.
There was debate actually. We're talking about tattoos.
Yeah.
There was debate about Christians should have tattoos. Christians should not have tattoos.
Well, actually, to be honest with you, that one I'm still there are things I'm still struggling with it, because the only reason I left my tattoo business was even when I was becoming, I sold it, because I sold it, and all that selling was also the move to start now moving into this whole thing. And I was like, how can I be a Christian then I have a tattoo business, So, but again, those are mindsets, and then so for a while I thought, how come maybe as a Christian I'm supposed to have tattoos? But I don't know, things are changing the same way now. Before you never had Christians having dreadlocks and even minister or worship, but now you're having them. But I'm seeing, I know just I go to one, I'm seeing other people I know, like now at Brandon Lake, all the tattooed, all lacre that. So I don't know. I'm missing. Okay, is it? So that one I just left it. I don't know whether it's an okay thing or not. So
is lacre still a Christian guy?
Lacre is a Christian, man. Lacre is very Christian. Why is not Lacre is very Christian, my friend. He's Christian. He's Christian. Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to Keko?
Man, I think what I have to say that it also in these
now
things.
For this 20 years of being
Ah
in the
man,
music
20
industry,
years, yeah, man.
when you look back,
Yeah.
what are some of the lessons and
For me, first of all, is
taking
what I've
forward?
learned. What I've learned is, first of all, you have to be submitted to a higher power
Mm-hmm.
to direct you. Because for me, some things I've gone through. First of all, that had to do with issues of pride. That had to do with issues, things in the wakabi, Other things God teach me. I had to do issues of like really, being me. It's about me. Yet, you have to be about other people. Then the thing of like really people approval, like living up to people's expectations. Every time you want to do something, you won't be you. You understand? But then also most importantly to know that also there are things you cannot change. To just have to know. There's a period of serenity that just let me know the things I'm able to change. I'm not able to change, and also those which I'm able to change, to have the courage to do those that I'm able. But also one thing I realized that everything is possible. Everything you can, once you believe it, you can achieve it. But also there's a journey, a process. Everyone has their own journey. God blesses people at different times. Some takes 5 years, others 20 years, others 30. So that's why people are successful at 18, at 20, at 45, at 60, at what. So don't ever try to live your life in your lane. Don't try to compare yourself to people so much that against. Everyone has their own time, you understand? And whatever you do, just really live a life of integrity and stuff like that. And as much as we shouldn't even measure success by the material things, but to measure success by the purpose. Because once you're created, God created us for a purpose. So the idea is, why am I here? First of all, why am I here? Another day, and you can only have fulfillment when you pursue your purpose. Mm-hmm. And with your purpose comes with gifts and passion. That's why you wake up and say, okay, this guy, how can a guy from training from up in the north win a marathon with the guys who are training the best gyms? You understand?
Yeah.
No, and how can you choose that? And then your size is small. You understand? Mm-hmm. And then you grow from where people can run properly. Then you win the races. I'm talking about our Ugandan. Because God designed you.
To be that.
To be like the wrestlers. Some wrestlers. So it puts the passion in you. Being passionate, you cannot sing and you have a voice. You are wasting your time because actually, if you're passionate about music, then he'll give you the voice. That's an indication, and then he'll give you writing skills. So God, so but also again, even as in our gifts and everything, we're supposed to really impact, change humanity. In every gift God has given us, we have to use it for the change of community. So the things I've learned, for me, I thought fame was everything, and I knew, man, I did papers. I was like, man, that's living life. But man, I live the most real life now, because then I could never even take a border. Because if I would take a border, I would cover myself. That's a lie. Because I'm keeping up appearances. Reality, I say, guys, I'm vulnerable. Reach out. People support you. But now, I'll jump on my border and do what I want to do. I'm not like I'm living my life in my lane, Even my marriage and everything, I never thought even I'd have a very stable marriage. I'm making 9 years, this year in marriage. Congrats. But again, is the Shadrack then, I couldn't even manage a relationship. Just a freelance relationship. Because I was confused about who I am, and if you don't know who you are, you cannot achieve anything. Because you don't know your identity. But now, as you said that marriage is hard, man. Because I came to this place of knowing who I am, how am I supposed to relate with people. I know when I don't have to, every time I don't have to speak. At times I have to keep quiet. I don't have to react to everything. I have to be forgiving. I have to be some of the things are painful and hard, but trust me, they're for you in your own good. So when you wake up and you have peace, otherwise I can still talk to Keko, I can still go to GNL, I can still talk to anyone. There's no for me here, the person I don't talk to. If I had that thing of like beefing and falling out and being angry with people, you understand? I would be having a lot of, but I don't have that, because I realize, by the people make mistakes, manage expectations, forgive, you understand? Love conquers everything, you have to have people no matter who they are, everyone matters. I thought, we all think that celebrities, man, everyone matters. If the girl on the street, everyone matters. It's a life, create the image of God, not only the celebrity, create the image of God. So those things, man, that have changed my perception of life and how I live my life. So I posted this thing and guys are like, I knew it to money. If it was anything else, someone else would go on that thing and start firing. But I just liked and I laughed because I don't need to be known by anyone. Or it's not you just face who I am, and I know who I am. So that things, and if we get to that place now of understanding who we are, you know, and while we're here, man, a lot of problems we end. Most of the things are about bringing things about greed. You know, man, I was talking to my wife at that time. I was like, but what is land caste? You know, because what is land? Families are butchering each other, husband and wife. These are doing what? I said, but why? You are dying tomorrow and living these things. It's because you don't know what approves. That's the challenge. You think more land makes you better or makes you bigger. That's a misconception. You understand that even people are loaded live a life which is not happy because they don't know what matters.
Definitely.
You know, and so when you wake up and find that, find purpose and find what really life's all about, man, you know you're going to live a very blissful life, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure having this conversation with you.
Thank you, Barbara.
I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. It was an honor,
man,
Shadrack,
thank
for
you
allowing me
me.
to host you on this platform. I hope anyone out there that is watching this gets blessed and takes a few lessons from Shadrack. Shadrack, as you guys have had, struggled with addiction, with success, but now found his life purpose. And it's never late. If you're ever been in his position or still struggling with some issues like addiction or any other form of struggles in life, just know that it's never late and everything is what? Everything is possible.
Everything is possible. For those who believe, you can. You have everything. You have everything in you. Fully, yeah.
It's just a mind. You can do a lot with your mind if you really didn't know. So, as we close, how are you celebrating these 20 years?
These 20 years, you know, but I'm celebrating them actually. You know, as I said, now the vitamin group company is making 5 years. So the plan was to celebrate now the 5 years alive in the park. Now, as one of the founders, of course, on that day of Alive in the Park. So this Alive in the Park this year is going to be big.
When is it happening?
It's happening on 6th September. You know, so the idea is we're having Alive in the Park, which you love. We're having some of your favorite artists we've worked with. So you can imagine who's coming back. Whoever you know worked with, you know. You can imagine who's coming back. But again, we're making 5 years. But again, also me as a person, I'm making 20 years. So the celebration is 20 years, 5 years of EEG, 20 years of Shadrack in the music industry. You know, and celebrating life, you know, God's favor and faithfulness and have a good time. So 6th September is a celebration of, of Vine and also of my life.
All right, amazing.